David's Saturday AI Thoughts, Episode 13, May the 16th, 2026. What boards accept? What's on my mind? Just 3 days into a 3-week stretch at my place in the woods in New England. No travel except the school run. Pulling rocks out of the field so they don't break the tractor. Digging drainage ditches so the lower field isn't too swampy. Slow work. It will take years, but every rock and every shovel moves it forward. That got me thinking about boards. Boards often drive change by addition. A new strategy, a new program, a new dashboard. Addition needs a plan, approvals, buy-in, reporting against it. Fine in most domains. But in AI, that is just too damn slow. Change can happen to a team in days. What's possible changes in weeks. But the strategy paper you commission in March is calibrated to a world that no longer exists by the time it's approved in July. There's another way. Subtraction. Pick something the firm has been accepting until now. Refuse it. A refusal forces specificity. You can't stop a vague thing. You have to be specific about what stops. Start with the AI adoption dashboard. Most boards now get one. I've built one for a few of you. Usage rates, laggards, super users, trend lines. Boards commission them to drive action, but they often substitute for action. 3.5 years into the AI era, after every workshop, license and nudge your firm has paid for, refusing to use the tools is now a decision. If there's a good reason, your board should hear it. If not, a tough conversation is overdue. Refuse a dashboard that names laggards without tough conversations with them. Let's talk about AI training. One client set a new rule this week. Nobody delivers training until they pass the firm's own AI power user assessment. Obvious in theory, rare in practice. I've sat in on dozens of AI trainings. Most times the trainer hasn't actually done the real task themselves. If your modeling instructor doesn't model with AI, the training is theatre. The trainees learn the talk, not the work. Refuse funding until the trainers pass the assessment they're delivering. Last year's bake-off is a third. Can AI do our job experiments are rarer than they should be. They're also stale. A partner at a communications consultancy told me about theirs from early 2025. The form was passable. The substance was thin. They haven't rerun it, though. The same exercise at a different firm in late 2025 using agentic tools came back at almost the firm's full professional standard. Anyone quoting a 2025 AI test as comfort is relying on stale evidence. Refuse any benchmark older than 6 months. Saved hours without a bold benefit is a fourth. Many internal AI reviews now have an hours saved line. In hundreds of conversations with senior leaders about what their teams do with the time AI gives back, it is rare to hear a bold, inspiring answer. The best I've heard recently? More coaching for their team. Most are just drift, reject any hours saved line that doesn't name a meaningful place where the hours went. 6 more if you want them. Refuse strategies calibrated to today's AI. Plan for where the puck is going, what will ship in 6 months. Refuse job specs written before AI existed. Rewrite the senior ones first. Refuse letting your best AI talent leave. Name them. Expect managers to work hard to keep them. Refuse reinventing the same scaffolding in every team. Find 5 that already work and share them. Refuse security policies that make AI unusable in practice. Find a way. Refuse board decisions on tools the directors haven't used. Mandate hands-on hours doing real work before the next AI vote. My tractor doesn't care which rock comes out first. It just needs me to keep pulling. A board could be the same. Pick one refusal, make it, then the next. Out here, 10 rocks is a morning. In a firm, 10 refusals is a whole different firm.
Here are 3 things worth knowing this week. Number 1. The capability curve is curving upwards on a log scale. We just went from 1 hour to 1 day. METR, an AI evaluation lab, measures how long an autonomous task an AI can complete reliably. In early 2024, the answer was just minutes. In May 2026, with Anthropic's forthcoming Claude Mythos Preview, it's 16 hours of work a human would have done. The number isn't the headline. The curve is. From minutes to a day in 24 months, acceleration on a log scale that had previously been holding steady. If the next 2 years look anything like the last two, the unit becomes a week, then a month, then a year of human work at the press of a button. Think about that for a second. And then, plan accordingly. Number 2. Half of organizations have redesigned core workflows around AI. A fifth have built new business models. That's bold work in 3 years. BCG's AI at Work 2025 survey of 10,635 employees across 11 countries reports that just 72% of organizations are running generative AI tools, but 50% claim to have redesigned end-to-end workflows around them, and 22% claim to have built new business models on top of them. Read those numbers slowly. 3.5 years after ChatGPT launched, a fifth of firms claim to have invented new business models because of AI. Half have rewired core workflows. Wow. Most of the firms I work with would love to be in either group. Syed Ijlal Hussain, who surfaced the chart on X this week, framed it as a gap. I'd flip it. The 22% are doing what most boards I'm working with haven't started. Number 3. Anthropic just passed OpenAI in US business AI spending. The strategy lesson is older than AI. RAMP's AI index, built from anonymized spend data across its US business customers, shows Anthropic taking 34% of paid AI subscriptions in its May release, ahead of OpenAI on 32%. The first crossover. Anthropic's share has roughly quadrupled in a year. I'd argue this was inevitable from early on. Anthropic stayed fixated on the enterprise user, while OpenAI chased every consumer headline. Slow perseverance against a chosen audience won. The lesson isn't really about AI. Pick an audience. Set your strategy around their needs. Don't worry about who's collecting the headlines this quarter. Just keep your head down and serve the people you said you'd serve.
3 things to try. A reader suggested last week that the prompts should be online with copy-paste code. Done. This week and for every prior edition, all the prompts are now in one place on the website. Number 1. Hand over the context, not just the question. Experienced leaders have context. They're short on time. AI tools convert context into time saved, but only if you hand the context over. Most don't. They type questions like, how should I structure a board paper on Q2? And get general answers like, a clear narrative arc, 3 key insights, a risk slide. Useful, but the leader still writes the paper. A leader I spoke with this week made the leap from asking to delegating. Here are the Q2 numbers, last quarter's board paper, and the 3 things the board flagged. Draft it. Same model, same minute. Asking gets you an outline. Delegating gets you a draft. Number 2, build a personal skill and add a rule to it every Sunday. A person I worked with this week reviews 100-page reports from their team on Sunday nights. Typos, inconsistent language, logic gaps. A simple review skill in Claude now catches all those. The compounding version is their own preferences layered on top. This market is expected to grow, not will grow, never dropping precipitously. Every time they catch a miss the model didn't, they open Claude and say, add this rule to my personal review skill. Whatever skill you build, the compounding habit is the same. Catch what the model missed, add the rule, trust the skill more next week. Number 3, schedule a daily AI briefing. The use cases will follow. AI tools sit closed until you open them. That's a real reason senior leaders bounce off. Not bad prompts, but a tool that requires you to think of the use case first. Scheduled tasks invert this. Every morning at 3, mine reads my inbox from the previous day, prepares 1-paragraph briefings for every meeting on the day's calendar, and emails me a short summary that takes 3 minutes to read with breakfast. The tool changes from something you open to something that opens your day.
What readers said. I can never predict which editions will get lots of feedback and which won't. Last week's On Choosing is the Work caused an unusually large number of replies on where the saved hour actually goes. A partner at a global strategy firm said they'd won the work lottery, which roughly captures the giddy then uneasy feeling of work these days. Another reader, writing from a lean engineering background, reminded me that change is the fun part. A reader writing in a personal register worried that AI-powered work will leave people feeling like they spent 90 years to further my career, so I could spend 20 minutes with my family before I die. One leader wrote in mid-pilot of Claude Code about going to bed later each night, finishing an exhausting and unproductive week, reflecting that just because I can now do all these things doesn't mean I should.
My read on what readers are posting this week. The community's moved past adoption and onto how AI changes the work, not just who does it. Tim Ryan, my Steadman co-founder, brought back Cal Newport's AI is like bringing a forklift into the gym and named the discipline that catches it. Fiona Eastwood, global CEO of Merlin Entertainments, came back from MIT with the same conclusion at scale. AI lands as a transformation agenda or it doesn't land. Mackenzie Nordal, co-founder of Athene, brought the personal version. She asked her 3 kids how they actually use Claude.
That's it for David's Saturday AI Thoughts this week. This is a faithful reading of the email edition. The full written version with all the links and sources, plus 7 bits that didn't fit, full reader letters, and full community voices, is at stedman.ai. Thanks for listening.